Hello guys, today we will discuss on a very important topic which is about our financial management, and everybody has to go through it since the beginning of their career, either as an employee or as an entrepreneur or as a businessman. And I think we all do first and foremost investments is mostly into the FTs, or if it is an employee, then mostly into the EPS and NPS or PPF, those sort of things. So let's start with the topics today. So I have listed down some of the safe of investments options which we generally start in the initial stage of our careers. So those were the EPF and VPF, which is generally for the employees who is working for an organization. PPF, which is a public provident fund, is for everybody, all the Indians who is staying in India. Then we have NPS, which is a pension scheme, bank FDs and bond, which everybody is mostly aware of it. Then you are also aware of the insurance policies which we will be buying it from LIC, Bharti AXA, Bajaj Allianz, etc., etc. Then we do have some of the post office schemes like KVP, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, and the post office TD and RD and all sort of things. So let's move to the first investments option, which is EPF and VPF. So this is applicable only to the employed Indian. Your company will deduct around 20% of basics every month from your salary, and that will be invested in a EPF, which is backed by the government of India, and it is highly safe. Then the remaining 80% of your PPF, EPF, sorry, remaining 80% of EPF will be, if you want, you can contribute it to the VPF. So that will basically having the same interest rates, and it will also help you to increase your EPF corpus over the period of time. So by default, employer creates your EPF account, but for BPF you have to explicitly ask them to cut some definite amount of money from your salary every month. But it's a very good option, investment option. You will get a tax benefit out of it, and also you will get a great corpus at the end of the 15-year period, which is for EPF. It's not 15-year, basically it's the end of your employee life, and whenever you quit the job you will get the EPF amount. And for the VPF, it's something which has lock in of 5 years, which you can obviously take out whenever you want. So I hope it's clear. Let's move to the next topic, which is the PPF, which can be opened by every individual of India, and there is no restrictions as that you have to be employed in any company or such. This is very good opportunity because it also help us to save the taxes, and you can maximum contribute up to 1.5 lakhs per year, and it is also have a competitive interest rate compared to the bank deposits. You have a lock-in of 15 years with some exceptions. You can use it. You can use overdraft loan facilities. You can take out monies for emergencies like medical help, and so on. But yeah, this is also very good opportunities for the employee who is not working and wants to save some tax, at the same time wants to have a good return. The next topic, which is NPS, this is, I think, in practice since I think last 15 years, but very rare amount of people are kind of engaged into. Only the employees of private organizations or the government organizations are mostly the part of it, but every individual can create their own NPS account and then start contributing to it. It has very long lock-in period, which is until the 60 years of age, though the government is doing something to make it more flexible in terms of lock-in, or the criteria in which you can still able to kind of take out the money if you are in need. But this is purely for your pension plan and also the lump sum amount which you will get after you retire. So this will help you to actually plan your retirement. You can contribute a minimum as low as 500 to 1000, I guess, which can be, which is minimum for a year, and maximum there is no such limit. At the same time, you can also claim deductions up to 50k under section 80 ccd, and this is very beneficial for someone who is in higher tax bracket, because that will help them to save some additional 10k or 15k just by investing into the nps. So it's a great opportunities for both employee as well as non-employee employed person. For the withdrawal on maturity, you can only withdraw 60% of the lump sum, and other 40% must be used to purchase the annuity plan. In annuity plan, whatever the plan will be there at that time, you can opt for it. You can choose the annuity plan as per your requirement, like you want a pension plus on that maturity benefit, or you just want a pension, or you want some lump sum, and those sort of things can be planned out. Let's talk about the next topic, which I think everybody of us is already aware of it. That's the bank FDs and bonds. This is not really a great investment, but it's a safe investment. It has limited or less interest rates compared to the other benefits which we discussed before. Taxes are also applicable as per the tax slab, and that makes it very uh, less interest rate payout at the end. Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, which is KVC, Post Office Limited, or Post Office TDs, or Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana. So these are basically the government backed scheme with relatively good returns than the bank FDs and bonds. This is also a safe instrument for saving. Sukanya Samriddhi is a shout out for this Sukanya Samriddhi plan, because this is only for the girl child and have relatively better returns than your post office TDs, KVP, etc., and it's a really good instrument for safe investing. Okay, then I have created a chart which will help you to explain the compounding effect of your investment. Why I bring this chart? Because what I observed basically that when you start early, when you try to save money at the early stage of your career, the benefit it will pay out at after couple of years, after several years or decades of years, will be a lot. The reason being is simple, that the compound effect of your money. So for example, if you are currently, the savings interest rate is around 4%, and if you are investing your 1 lakh rupees at the 4%, after 30 years you will get only 3 lakhs. But if you invest it into an FD which is 6% around now, you will get almost the double amount. And if you invest in NPS, and also, sorry, PPF and VPF, there the interest rate is around 8%. So your money is basically becoming triples when you invest into the long-term investment saving instrument. Now, if somehow if you manage to get the interest rate around 10% to 11%, your money will multiplies by 6 to 8%. And think about, if you are somehow able to manage the interest rate compounded annually at around 11%, your 1 lakh become 26 lakhs, and that is really a huge money. And in the meantime, you will also keep on learning and then accumulating the money, so that you know that you have enough amount for your retirement and for your children at the age of around 50 or 55 years. So the basic idea is to just communicate that you should start investing at very early age. That will help you to also get the benefit of the compounding interest. One more thing, which is a shout out, that you should also work on your health, because If you are well, if you are doing well, obviously you are not expending your money into the hospitals, paying bills, and that will indirectly add to your savings. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Take care. Bye.